Who else should be involved in making this decision? Ask such question before you start running your demo presentation, before you start digging into your prospect's situation, their problem, their challenges, and before you try to showcase how your software or platform delivers the result and solves their issues. Why do you want to do that? For a couple of reasons. First of all, if you don't have all decision makers in the room, you will have to pitch for the second or maybe even for the third time, and would be the best case scenario. Because, well, if you don't have all decision makers in the room, or at least key decision makers in the room, the person can easily say, I need to discuss it with my peers. I needed to discuss with my manager, with my boss to make the decision whether it's interesting for us or not. Gosh, you've just spent an hour, maybe half an hour presenting, explaining everything, and they simply kicked you off. They told you, well, it's a legit reason for not to buy from you and not to give you a straight answer, and you don't want to get that. Another reason why you should ask this question is to be sure that you won't be pitching again and again and again. And if all decision makers, or at least key decision makers, are in the room, you will hear their feedback, you will hear their maybe even negative feedback, but that's totally okay. You want to hear this feedback so that you could address it, and you will save your time. You will get true feedback from decision makers. And if you fall into this trap when you almost started to give the presentation, to give the demo, still ask this question: are all decision makers in the room? If no, if it's not the case, then apply the technique called BAM-FAM. Book a meeting from a meeting. Politely present the reason why you want to have all decision makers in the room. The obvious reason is that you want to address all challenges, all problems that anyone could have, and you want to answer all of their questions. And if it's not a good time for them or for any of their team members, schedule the call for the next time, which is a good fit for all of them. And if you present it in a polite way, it should actually give even a bonus to your reputation. You are not a salesy salesperson who is trying to pitch your product at any cost. No, you feel respect for yourself and you respect your own time and your customers' time. So if decision makers are not in the room, let's schedule the meeting when the time is suitable for all of us. Guys, you mentioned that you have some problems, some issues. Remember, you asked the question why you booked the call with me, why you are on this call. You have some problems, issues, challenges, and you're looking for solution. And we have the solution, and I'm ready to show you how the solution actually works, how it delivers value for your company. But gosh, if your decision makers aren't here, does it make sense for us to discuss anything further? No. Book a meeting from a meeting if decision makers are not in the room, if they are not on the call.